The Creative Wellbeing Labs is a project that's been co-curated between Tamasha, Creative Health Camden and King's College London, where we are looking at training a group of global majority artists to become arts and wellbeing practitioners.
The outcomes of the project are to support practitioners with the development of their own arts and health project, to teach them how to be facilitators, to teach them how to look after their own well-being as they're working in the arts and health field, and to really mentor them and support them through this process.
From a Tamasha point of view, I think it was the recognition that we're existing currently in, a cost of living crisis, a mental health crisis. So we were having conversations as a theatre company about how we as artists can approach and respond to those things and how we can engage with improving well-being through our practice.
I think our time on the Creative Wellbeing Lab so far has been a really good mix of practical activities that can sort of help us learn our own creative well-being techniques to take into our personal practice, but also a lot of great insights from facilitators and mental health professionals that I haven't necessarily seen the day-to-day of as someone who's kind of not working in those spaces. So it's been a really useful blend of kind of bringing it into personal practice, but also how you can apply it kind of externally too.
I think it's just been so nourishing, so nice to be in a group of people who are so caring, thoughtful, and I really feel like I've learned as much from the other people in the cohort as I have from the actual people leading the sessions each week.
Me as an artist, because I didn't really get to have kind of the space to just discuss facilitation and workshopping before, so I kind of had to learn it ad hoc, and I feel like it gives you the opportunity to really delve in with more depth than you would get at a lot of other programs. And I think it's also a really unique offering of where that intersects with theatre.
Well, as a global majority artist, I think the Creative Wellbeing Lab is hugely important because there isn't anything like this anywhere else for people, for creatives like me.
Yeah, I didn't expect to meet so many incredible people and to learn not just the people that wear our cohort, but also the facilitators that come in. They come from such different backgrounds and sharing their wisdom so generously.
I've been facilitating for a number of years now, and it's just amazing to think every session I take a new nugget or a new thing to add to my toolbox. And I think simultaneously, independent projects that I'm doing, they're coming to fruition, so I'm able to be cool, I learned this thing last week. I'm gonna trickle that into my workshop. And hopefully it will just allow me to also be in more leadership positions, because I've done a lot of co-facilitating, assistant facilitating, and now I'm in the space where I can lead workshops, I can go to community groups, I can go to corporate spaces, I can go to schools and be this is my workshop, and I can now recruit teams. I feel a lot more confident to do that as a sole facilitator now, which is cool.
I'm really learning quite a lot of skills and developing myself as a writer, as a creative, and believing in myself as well, that I can do that. And I want to support other people on their journey.
It really feels like important conversations are happening, and bringing together two things that I think people tend to care a lot about quite separately.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't see the merit of putting them together. So I know a lot of people where there's a bit more of a stigma against sort of like art therapies or kind of looking at well-being a bit more generally through the arts. So I feel like, important things are happening in that room.